Welcome to the X Dr. Tommy O Show. The X Dr. Tommy O Show takes a holistic approach to our community's healthcare needs and concerns. I am your host, Dr. Tommy O, and I'm here with Bishop Burkett. Bishop Burkett, welcome to the X Dr. Tommy O Show.
Yes, it's always an excitement.
Yeah.
Because we have such a close relationship, and as your pastor, it's just wonderful that we can really bring this kind of information to the people.
Right.
And we got something special this time.
Yes, we do.
And once again, we're always on the cutting edge. Okay.
All right, well, today's show we're going to talk about fighting childhood obesity through therapeutic roller skating. And we have a host, fantastic individual I've known for about 7 years now, Tyrone Brunson.
That's correct. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bishop, for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tommy, for having me.
Sure.
It's a pleasure to be here. I just want to basically help the Bronx community.
Yes.
I don't want to seem like the Pied Piper or anything to that effect, but however, it's just that being that the Bronx is hurting in such a devastating way. I mean, with the obesity campaign and diabetes, I thought that I and my organization can actually work in such a way to get a point across as far as fitness and things of that nature.
Okay, well, let's talk about your organization.
Okay.
It's called Scuffy.
That is correct.
What's Scuffy?
Scuffy basically is an acronym, and the acronym basically is Skaters United for Fitter Youth. And that's an organization where we have, as true talented individuals, where we come together just for one purpose, and that purpose basically is to promote fitness, fun, and just the mere fact through roller skating that we can get some things done.
Right. So before we continue with the program, let's talk about your passion in roller skating. That's how we met.
That's correct.
So where did this passion come from?
Listen, I've been roller skating for 35 years, and for 35 years, people can get hypnotized by just going in a circle. And I skated at the skate key when it was on Allerton Avenue, and I skated in the Grand Concourse as well. And it was something about just the Bronx community and just meeting, because I'm actually from Elizabeth, New Jersey. And being from Elizabeth, New Jersey, a kid who didn't know anything about roller skating except for I was the baddest thing that was on 8 wheels. But and just branching out, not only to Roxy's and New York and Bergenfield and so on and so forth, but just to come through and venture into a place called Bronx, New York, and to skate with such individuals such as Tommy, and then brush elbows. Now, in such a segue, we really don't know who we have in our in the locale.
That's right.
As far as who we skate with, right?
Yeah.
Because I was telling Tommy, I was like, listen, I'm in my quest to get some sound backing for my program, they were telling me that I would need a PhD, or I would need someone with a PhD, and so on and so forth. And I started venturing out. I started venturing out to people online, people I didn't know, and so on and so forth. And then it just so happened that a person who knew me, which is Wayne Schmidt, who was one of the managers of Skate Key, he said, hey, listen, talk to Bishop Burkett, talk to Tommy O. These guys will set you straight. So I'm like, okay, well, listen, I don't know these guys. The guys don't know me. But just the mere fact of meeting you, and talking to you, and you don't know it, but I had you on speakerphone.
Okay.
And my lady friend was sitting there, and it kept getting cut off and things of that nature. But when you're trying to get a mission across, you're always going to have interruptions.
Sure, you will.
You know what I mean? However, our passion was, the passion was, hey, listen, he's missing my call. I'm gonna call him back. And the bishop said, Bishop says, listen, he's missing my call, and I'm gonna call him back.
Right.
And we were going back and forth.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's important. we have a family here, and we have the same mission, same desire.
That's correct.
You know, just a quick story so we can get into your program. That you were saying that you saw articles about the bishop and I in Changes magazine.
Changes magazine. That's correct.
And that's how you were able to make the connection.
That's correct.
And you knew of me, but you didn't know. You saw me roller skating.
As a matter of fact, not to cut you off, I seen it. I would call him an enigma, because you can imagine you see a guy and he's dressed up, and I always the first time I saw you, you had your little bandana on,
right?
And he had on his sweat workout,
right.
and then his big gym pants and things of that nature, and you're like, okay, do I stay away from this guy, or you know?
Yeah, right.
But actually, when I ran up to him, I said, wait a minute, and I looked at his bio, and I saw his face, and I said, you know, you look like this guy named Tommy O. He said, and you must be Tyrone Brunson. Right. So it was like a real, you know, connection. That's correct. Thank you for the term.
Right. That's it. It's important. And when you're meeting and working with the people who have the same passion, you're going to have that connection, and you move forward. And that's what we're looking to do. So let's get right into your program now.
Can I say something? Yeah. He mentioned the skate key, because I fought real hard to keep the skate key open. And one of the biggest losses for families and children has been skating and skate key. That was really a place where families came together. It was a healthy environment. It was a chance for them to work off all this extra weight, you know, and to see how God worked it out. That the Tommy O skates at skate key. I fought to keep skate key. So my passion was that skating was an important factor, you know, in the health of our community. And you come right along with Scuffy program. You know, it's like God saying it ain't over yet. Okay.
Well, you know, Bishop, it's funny that you say that. And I keep referring to this accident I had in 2008. And to make a long story short, it could have been 4 caskets that went away from that scene in Fredericksburg, Virginia. But people were saying it in the hospital. They were saying, you know, there's a mission for you guys.
I see.
There's a reason for you guys to be here. So now, throughout all of the things that I could have did or done, basically I was able to get in contact with you guys, and now we're here, you know what I mean, motivating or trying to put together a program to show the Bronx community, and not only the Bronx community, but those communities who are willing, you know what I mean, because if you think about it, there are so many communities who are asking for a viable product to say, I want my kid healthy. Obesity is I mean, when you look at an epidemic or pandemic, but an epidemic from that standpoint is just a matter of, we try to look at something that, I mean, my father is a boxer. It's amazing how I'm listening to you. That's correct. And he was a fitness guru. He actually bowls, and more or less I don't do any of that. But what I do is I do roller skating, and I do it very well. And what I try to do is put that into a full therapeutic program where it's not babysitting. It's to go to give you a full medicinal outlook from beginning to end, which means that in the event that your child is obese, he has to be clinically pronounced obese, so we can go from that platform to put him into where would he go? A springboard effect. Go from point A to point Z.
Right. Well, we know for a fact, and we did statistics, and this is the Department of Health, our local government in New York City, that the Bronx is the unhealthiest borough in all of New York City. The Bronx is the leader for childhood obesity. It's estimated that 1 in 7 is overweight and approaching obesity. It's also becoming the leader for type 2 diabetes, because we know that type 2 diabetes is directly related to obesity. It's also the leader for asthma, HIV. So this is how we can address, if we can reduce the risk, because we talk in medicine, we don't talk cures. There is no cures in medicine. Absolutely. We talk treatments. So we're offering a treatment through exercise, therapeutic skating, to help reduce the risk, lose the weight and reduce the risk to lower the chances of developing type 2 diabetes. Now, if you have a genetic predisposition to develop diabetes, that's a different story.
That's
but
right.
if it's just due to lifestyle, behavior modification, lack of exercise and sedentary lifestyle, we have an answer, and that's through therapeutic skating.
Yeah.
You know, as a pastor, and I'm speaking for myself, and I believe I'm speaking for all the pastors of the Bronx, we're concerned about the health of our people. We're concerned that they are becoming more obese to the point where there's a lot of disorders in their situation. A lot of money is being spent on the health condition when we as pastors should be more proactive.
That's correct.
And this is what we are about here at Church Alive and Tommy O, is being proactive. And the one thing I like about this skating is that you can lose weight and enjoy yourself at the same time.
That is correct.
And that this is a total family thing. The whole family can go skating and really enjoy themselves. And at the same time, they're losing weight.
Right.
Now, you tell me what pastor out there wouldn't want to do that and have their church go out on a nice skating day and have your program come to them and show them how they can package this this is just great. This is just great. Yeah.
We'll talk about, get into your program. Like how would you, you're looking to run this program? Because the viewers want to know. We want to know.
Yeah, right here, right.
Thank you. In more ways than one, let me just go over roller skating and what roller skating used to be, and then I'll tell you what roller skating should be. Right? When I was a kid, I bought a pair of roller skates, and you go to the skating rink, and you're dropped off at the skating rink, and 4 hours later your parent would come back and be waiting outside.
Right.
Well, with therapeutic roller skating, you go through a safety regimen first, which means that, okay, I don't want to bring you to the roller skating rink and then have to have you carted out or wheeled out in the ambulance or anything to that effect. So we teach you safety first. Then secondly is just a matter of when you think about what are you doing, it's a program that basically says, all right, listen, you're big, or you're the person that you are. So what we want to do is we want to dispense with the old adage, you are what you eat. So we put together recreation, nutrition, and fitness and fun all in one package.
Right.
And we say, hey, listen, nobody leaves you, just the pounds leave. Right.
Right. Now, so I'd just like to know, like, for instance, if I wanted to have you come to my community and shut down a block and just have everybody come out and roller skate, is that something like what you're saying?
What it is, Bishop, when I'm talking about something that's safe, I'm not sure if we want to do it in that capacity, but we can do it.
Right.
And
because it's like skate key closed, there's a lot of places that are closed down.
That is correct.
So you don't have rinks,
Right.
And if you want to go to a rink, you have to pay money to go there, and they don't have money.
That's correct.
Okay.
But here's the thing: do we have the government, the government's backing to put us actually in the street? We want to have them come calling because we have a proven system that says, hey, listen, I like what he's doing. If I can save 1 to 2 people from the epidemic of obesity. Now, when I say save, I'm not talking about.
What I'm saying, and Tommy, if I can say this, is that what would be the optimum way of your program? Because I know you have some things that you have a design. And you want to move it around to communities. I think that's where what interests me.
My program basically is, I was looking at basically 15 to 25 occupants or participants. But it doesn't matter the amount of participants as long as that program is facilitated. So in the event that the program works with 15 to 25, it can work with 150 to 250 people or to 25, as long as the program is done the correct way. And what I mean is instead of your family or your income being a facet or a reason why you're able to come to this program, no, it would never be that. What it would be is specific people who are picked out to say, hey, listen, We want you to enjoy the benefits of roller skating. And you had mentioned something with regard to parents and students, parents and kids. We're talking about reinvigorating that idea to where now you become somebody. You want to feel like somebody.
I think I was looking at operationally wise. How are we going to get to the people? I know some things we discussed. Yeah.
We were talking about a more concept like we had the bookmobile growing up. What about like a skate-mobile?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, and that puts me back on track. We more or less were thinking about mobile, because skating rinks nowadays are a liability. But we're thinking about something on a capacity of putting 25 to 100 pairs of skates in a mobile.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then from that standpoint, it's just a matter of, it doesn't matter where you are.
There you go.
You can take that idea and the program and the principle and put it together in an armory. You can put it together in a school, in a playground. It does not matter.
Or the church parking lot.
Or the church parking lot. Or the church parking lot.
I think one way through marketing, because we're talking about that, we can have in the flyers through the churches, you know, you set up dates with the pastors and the ministers of each church, and they know a Sunday you're coming in to have the children there, and you can go around through community.
That is correct. That is correct. Now, this is not only for children. This is for adults too. So, in essence, we can combine also, because we know we eat a lot in the churches as well. So we want to make sure we promote healthy. We want to make sure that we
this is a family thing. I mean, they all come out and enjoy it. You're bringing the skates to them.
That's correct.
They have the parking lot. I'm talking about the churches now. Some of you pastors, you know what I'm saying. The parking lot is empty on certain days. You don't have service. Then you'll bring the mobile unit.
That's correct.
And you have the skates.
I'll have the skates. I have the sound equipment. I mean, more or less, I even have the safety, the helmets, whatever you need with regard to making sure that we don't leave there unhealthy.
I feel that there's a lot of people watching this program. I'm excited about it, Tommy. I know it's your show.
But
you know,
it's about us.
Yeah, I like to see something get on the road and get done.
Let's move it.
And folk, you out there, you're looking to invest some money into good health. You're looking to say, you know, I want to make a donation somewhere. What I'm leading to is this program in its embryo stages. To become effective, you're going to have to make a donation. You're going to have to make a commitment to it.
Correct.
And Scuffy's program is worthy. It's joy. It's exercise, lose weight, diabetes down, healthy, great fun. I miss the days of going to the skate key and seeing families. That was a wonderful thing.
Good time.
Yeah, and skate key is a major, but you're bringing it back.
That's correct.
In a better way, in a more economic way, but you need finances to do that.
That's correct.
You know, and I'm saying to those who are out there saying, I'm looking for a good program to donate to. In this last quarter, if you want to wipe off some of your taxes, you need a program like this to make your donation to, that you can get those things written off. And I'm going to take this program and present it. And I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to present it to the New York Yankees. I'm going to present it to some of the other big corporations and say, look, you want to do something